Ever wondered who first played the game of baseball? The answer might surprise you, and to find that answer, we must embark on an intriguing journey through time and history, a voyage that takes us back to the roots of this beloved sport. Welcome to our comprehensive, in-depth study of baseball's history, a sport steeped in rich tradition and lore, a sport that has beckoned to millions with its irresistible allure, its intriguing blend of strategy and skill, and its captivating narratives of victory and defeat. This story, our story, begins in the early 19th century in the United States, a time when the nation was just starting to find its feet, a time of change and evolution. The country was expanding and changing, and with it, so were the sports and games its people played. A variety of stick and ball games were popular during this time. These games, rough and unstructured, were the forerunners of the sophisticated sport we know today as baseball. These early games, played in open fields and city parks, were a far cry from the structured and formalized sport we recognize today. The rules were fluid, changing from game to game or even within games. The equipment was crafted from whatever was on hand, yet the spirit of competition, the joy of the game, was as strong then as it is today. The evolution of these games into baseball was not an overnight affair. It was a gradual transformation, shaped by countless unnamed contributors, and shaped by a love for the game that has spanned centuries. The rules that govern baseball today were not established in a day. Instead, they evolved over time, influenced by the changing social and cultural landscapes of the time. These developments culminated in the first recorded game that somewhat resembled the modern sport we know and love today. This landmark game took place in 1846, played by a group of gentlemen who would go down in history as pioneers of the sport. This group, the New York Knickerbocker Baseball Club, has etched their names into the annals of baseball history. Their game, played under rules they themselves codified, marked the dawn of a new era in stick and ball games, the era of baseball. The game played by the Knickerbockers was not like the baseball we see today. The rules were different, the equipment was primitive, and the field was far from the manicured diamonds we're used to. Yet the spirit of the game, the camaraderie among the players, the sheer joy of competition, these were the same. As we delve deeper into the history of baseball, we will encounter fascinating tales of triumph and tragedy, of heroes and villains, of legends and myths. We will discover how this game, born in the fields and parks of 19th century America, has grown to become a global phenomenon, a sport loved and played by millions across the world. So as we embark on this journey, we carry with us a sense of curiosity, of wonder, and of respect for the game and those who played it before us. The first recorded game that somewhat resembled the modern sport was played in 1846 by the New York Knickerbocker Baseball Club. The game took a significant leap forward in 1857 when 16 New York area clubs formed the National Association of Baseball Players, NABBP. This organization standardized the rules and paved the way for the sport's first professional league. The first professional baseball league, the National Association of Professional Baseball Players, was formed in 1871. This league was replaced by the National League in 1876, which still exists today as part of Major League Baseball. In 1901, the American League was formed as a rival to the National League. After a period of intense competition, the two leagues agreed to coexist in 1903, and the first World Series was played that same year. The Boston Red Sox won the inaugural championship, defeating the Pittsburgh Pirates. The 1920s brought about the golden age of baseball, with legendary players like Babe Ruth and Lou Gehrig dominating the game. The sport saw a surge in popularity and became a cornerstone of American culture. Baseball faced significant challenges in the mid-20th century. The infamous Black Sox scandal in 1919, where members of the Chicago White Sox were accused of intentionally losing the World Series, cast a long shadow over the sport. However, the appointment of Judge Kennesaw Mountain Landis as the first commissioner of baseball helped restore faith in the game. In 1947, Jackie Robinson broke the color barrier when he debuted with the Brooklyn Dodgers, marking a significant moment in not only baseball history, but also American history. The latter half of the 20th century saw the expansion of the leagues, the introduction of free agency, and the rise of players' unions. These changes significantly altered the landscape of professional baseball. In recent years, the game has continued to evolve with the advent of advanced statistics, or sabermetrics, and the rise of international players. Today, baseball is played and watched by millions around the globe. In summary, we've journeyed through the history of baseball, from its early beginnings in the 19th century to the global phenomenon it is today. We've touched on the formation of the major leagues, the golden age of baseball, the challenges faced in the mid-20th century, and the evolution of the sport in recent years. It's a rich history, filled with iconic moments and larger-than-life figures. And it's a history that continues to be written with every pitch, every hit, and every game. Thank you for joining us on this trip down memory lane.